Hello everybody, it's me, Keeper17, and today we're going to be looking at variables and strings. Okay, so before we move on to variables and strings, we're going to be looking at what we did last video. So one thing to look out for is the P in the print has to always be lowercase. The parentheses have to be there because it separates command print and what you have to print. Quotes or double quotes, you can use any of those, but you have to use a pair of them. You can't mix up quotes and double quotes. And they both make hello world a piece of text. And the blue text which says hello world is the end product. So now let's look at what happens if you don't use parentheses. So if you don't use parentheses, you will get a syntax error. And that's because the parentheses, if they were there, it would separate the command print and what it should print hello. So that's why you get a syntax error. So wait, what is a syntax error? What is a syntax error? Syntax is an arrangement, rules, process, or an order to follow. Syntax error is an error in the code such as misspelling the commands, improper quotations, etc. Now let's look what happens when you take out the quotes. It'll state hello in this case, and it'll say it's not defined. So what does it mean when it says not defined? It means that the command is expecting something to be defined before running the program, and that's when variables come in play. What is a variable? A variable is a thing that can store information. So to make variable names, there are a few rules. The variable name has to start with a letter. Any letter or number can be used in the variable name. Symbols like the minus sign, /, hashtag, and @ are not allowed in the name. You can only use underscores to separate words. You can't use spaces. And uppercase letters and lowercase letters are different. So that means that hello with an uppercase H and hello with a lowercase h are different words. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at a variable that we're going to try. So let's just use our variable as x. So we can do x equals, and then let's put a number in. So we have to use parentheses around the number, no quotes though. Then press enter, and then let's make a problem. Let's say y equals, and then we can put x times 4. And press enter, and then we say print, but we don't use parentheses around, and we use parentheses, but we don't use quotes. Because if we use quotes, it's going to print what we put inside. So we just use parentheses and we put y. If you press enter, it'll say our answer. So the last one we used numbers, so now we're going to try using some letters, words for variables. So let's use name for the first variable, equals, and let's put a random name. Let's just say Bob. And it has to be in quotes. And press enter. And then let's pick Bob's age. So we do age equals, and let's say Bob is 30. But we have to put 30 inside parentheses. Then we press enter. Then we have to print this. So let's say print. Then we do a parentheses and then say name, comma, age. And parentheses, and if we press enter, it'll print the name first, and then it'll print Bob's age. Okay, so now we just looked at variables, so now we're going to start looking at strings. So what is a string? So if we said print, and then we said hello. Right here, inside these quotes, the words hello, that is the string. Anything, so a string is technically a piece of data which is made out of letters and characters, and they're always in between quotes. Okay, so now let's look at an example of a string. So if we say name equals, and then in parentheses, Bill. So, because we put Bill inside the parentheses, Bill would be our string, and name would be our variable. And then we can say print name, and we press enter, and it'll say Bill. So now let's look at joining strings together. Joining strings together is technically joining variables and strings together. So, yeah. So now let's do this. Greeting equals, in parentheses, hello. And then name equals, in parentheses, Bill. Press enter, and then now we're going to be putting the greeting and name together. I'm going to be putting hello and Bill together. So how we do this is message equals greeting plus name. And then now if we press enter, now message will be equaling hello Bill. So now let's check that. So if we do print, and then in parentheses, message, enter, it'll say hello Bill. Another way you can do this is you can do, without putting them together in the same variable, you can do print, and then you can put in parentheses greeting, comma, name, and parentheses, and you press enter, and I'll say hello Bill. So that's all for this video, and in the next video we were going to be looking at the turtle. And the turtle is a built-in software in Python, which is a on-screen drawing tool that you can program. And we're going to be looking at some fun projects and programs in the next video.